Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we'll be looking into how you can create a simple chatbot using Python from scratch. So the basic prerequisite of this chatbot or the entire application will be some basic knowledge of Python, or an intermediate knowledge of Python is a prerequisite. So with that, we'll carry on with the entire process. So when it comes to a chatbot, there are multiple variants of it. So when beginning with a rule based or a self-learning based or retrieval based, in our case it is a retrieval based chatbot. So there are also self-learning chatbots which are more sophisticated and more complicated because it moves or directs you into a machine learning or an AI path, which is usually more complex techniques and methods used for creating a chatbot. But in our case, it is a simple chatbot with certain knowledge base and with a simple interface, and it is entirely based on retrieval based approach. So when it comes to a retrieval based approach, generally we have a knowledge base. We can also say it as a database for the chatbot, and the messages or the queries provided by the user are, are directly being queried out from the knowledge base. Like the answers which you get is from the knowledge base itself. So this is the simplest approach of creating a simple chatbot, which doesn't include any machine learning or something like that, or models, more sophisticated ones. So here we are using a retrieval based model. I'll just put some good documentation or some good articles based on retrieval based models or chatbots. And yep, the interface which we are using we over here is a Tkinter inbuilt GUI interface. And we have also provided a text to speech uh, to the chatbot, like it queries or reads out the answers, just the answers, when the user enters any query, right? So I'll just show you the application entirely with the flow and how it works and everything. So stick with it. And so this is the code actually. So this is the code for the GUI. The code entire application will be available in the description, so do check that out and make sure you have the prerequisite libraries, that is scikit-learn, NLTK, NumPy, um, PyTTX3, I guess, for the text to speech method. And yep, Tkinter is already a default module. So this is the code for the GUI, just the GUI, right? You don't have to code the bot logic into this GUI, but we'll be importing the bot logic into the GUI, right? So I'll just show you the entire process in a minute. This is the code for the interface, where the interface will have multiple themes, fonts, and menus, and etc. So this is just the GUI code where I have used uh, Tkinter as the base GUI library. And over here we are looking into PyTTSX3, right? So this is the library which is used for text to speech application, and the message box. And this is actually the bot py file where we'll be writing our actual bot logic, how the bot is replying to the answers to the users. And we're also using a bit of threading, so you will get to know about it in a bit. And yep, so I'll just walk you through the folder structure. So this is the folder structure. So you'll have a bot file, which is our main bot logic file, where we'll be using NLTK uh, and scikit-learn and everything. So I'll just show you that too. So this is our bot file, where the entire logic of how the actual bot works and how the replies are being given to the users is being written into this, and we are actually importing the entire method, which is this response to the GUI. So this is the entire bot code. The code is definitely going to be in the description, so please do check it. And if you have any queries and concerns regarding this code, you can comment down below. So this was the bot code and this was the GUI, right? So, and this will be our entire folder structure. So uh, two main files, bot and GUI. This one is for the icon, and these are the two text files, which basically consist of answers. This one consists of all the answers. Sorry, this module Python consists of all the answers regarding the modules or the library, which are more popular ones. So I'll just show you over here. So this is modules Python txt, and basically it is a bunch of answers curated into a text file. That is it, and nothing much. So you can go to the text file, and you will find a number of answers regarding multiple modules and libraries, just modules. And there is another text file which is NLP Python answers. So over here you will see answers which are more frequently asked on Stack Overflow or a bunch of other websites, which are more popular ones too. And yeah, basic Python answers. So regarding what is matplotlib, what is the module required to create games in Python, and what is the web framework used for creating websites in Python, and bunch of questions regarding those topics. And we can also see some core questions like what is polymorphism and encapsulation. You can definitely add more questions if you find one, and you can just add more questions just by adding the answer in the next line and save it, and you'll definitely get that answer when you query it to the bot, right? So these are the this is basically a knowledge base for the bot, nothing much. And so these are the two knowledge bases for this bot and two main py files, right? So this is our folder structure. So when you download the application from GitHub, you'll see somewhat like this. You'll see something like this, right? So you just need to run this file, right, directly. You don't need to uh, do any uh, final step approach or something like that. You don't need to have any dependencies. All you need to have is uh, this files which is in this folder, right? So now I'll just walk you through the code. So this is the GUI file, right? Okay, so before that I'll just walk you through the prerequisites of this bot. So as I've told you earlier, this is um, a retrieval based chatbot, right? So uh, the main libraries which we are using over here is NLTK, which is natural language processing toolkit. Basically this library is used for text processing and natural language processing, and how you can interpret human language in a more simplified manner. So it consists of multiple methods within it for uh, text processing, for specific text processing, and we'll also have a scikit-learn library T for term frequency identification, how frequent that specific term is coming within a question or an answer. And you'll also see a bunch of libraries used within this, which is NumPy and stuff like that. So when I'll move to this file, you'll see NumPy. You also see NLTK, and over here you will see sklearn, scikit-learn, which is basically importing this two functions, cosine similarity and TF-ID vectorizer. Sorry. So when it comes to NLTK, it already has a um, something called as a corpus, which consists of a uh, human language data. So it provides you an interface or a lexical resource such as WordNet or semantic reasoning and wrappers, something like that. And it already provides you a data set for a cleaned language. So for this NLTK, I'll just put some good documentation about it, what is corpus and what is how you can use this. Basically, we are using this over here. As you can see, we're using two uh, data sets, basically we can say that, which is NLTK download punct and WordNet. So you just need to use this only once. When you start your program, it will download the data set into the application locally, and it will run through it. So it will be required only once. So for that you'll need a internet connection. So make sure you are connected to the internet. It will download the corpus and run the application. So this is basically used for this. So I'll definitely put the documentation of NLTK in the description, so you do check that out. And let's move on to the code itself. And so this is the code for the bot. So step by step I'll just explain you actually what is going on over here. So there are multiple processes going on over here, so it is not just one single library handling everything. In this case NLTK. So over here we are importing a bunch of dependencies or libraries, and here at this stage or this line we are basically importing those knowledge base or the text files which we are using, which will actually read the entire text file for the replies that the bot is going to be giving, right? So this was for the file reading, and it will read the file and it will actually convert the entire uh, user input as well as the uh, text from the knowledge base or the txt file into lowercase. So no matter what the user is providing, whether it is an uppercase or lowercase, it will automatically convert the text into a lowercase. So it will be an easy approach, or it will be better for the bot to identify the words or the strings in a good manner, right? And this one is the word, this one is the data set which the NLTK itself provide, and you just need to run it once. You don't need to use it every time. So once you are done with running the application at the first time, you just need to uncomment it like this, and yeah, that was it. And this error keeps on coming. I just need to do something about it. And now we'll just move on to this part. Actually, the greeting section. So over here you will see a bunch of replies. So this is the function for basic greetings. So for greetings, basically if I ask the bot hey, hi, or what's up, or something like that, which is more casual and which is off the topic, I have already provided some predefined uh, questions and answers. So basically pattern matching is being performed over here. So example, if I type in hey, and the bot will search through that uh, array and try to find out what is most suitable for the uh, reply which is needed, right? So uh, it is everything over here is predefined, and you can add your own, or you can create your own bot entirely based on this kind of an approach. But this is just for the greeting section. So for just the greeting part we have used this, and as you can see, the text from the user has been converted into lowercase and things like that, and it will respond or return the response from this, right? So it will check, and randomly it will pick a response from the one of the predefined responses over here, and give it to the user. So this is just for the greetings part, right? And so this is some basic text processing. And over here we are using sklearn, and how you can actually process the text in more better way. So we are using two methods over here: tf id vectorizer and cosine similarity. So the documentation about this, I'll definitely put some good documentation for it, because it is some good advanced topic where the responses given by the bot are checked whether the frequency of the term, basically the, if I mean to say, the term which frequently occurs in the answers as well as the users queries, it will check for that. So uh, the the full form of that tf is term frequency inverse identifier. So it will try to find out the frequent terms which are being available in the knowledge base and give you an output. Basically entire uh, process for the text processing, sorry, the basically the entire thing going behind it is text processing and pattern matching. Nothing much, right? Oh, this error is annoying, right? Okay, so this is a function which we are actually using and importing in the GUI. So this is a function, and this is another one which will enter, which will provide or gives which will return the response to the user. So as you can see over here, will return the response, and we are using that function which is being used over here to use as a library within the GUI file. So I'll just show you here. So this is our main function. I'll just, so define chat with a argument user response. Now just move on to GUI. Over here you can see from bot import chat. So this is our bot file, and from that we'll be importing this uh, chat function. So over here you can see a bunch of line of lines where you can see uh, this was actually a console kind of a thing, but we converted into a GUI response, and so these are the responses printed at the IDE terminal, and we actually converted into a GUI response. So basically it's a bunch of if else statement, and it will return the user response as well as the answers which the bot gets from the knowledge base. So this entire function is being imported to the GUI as a library. So this is the GUI file. We are importing the chat function from the bot, and this is how you can use a library or a file .py file as a library within a GUI or another .py file, right? So this is our entire thing for the GUI, and where we're actually using this is a bit interesting. So from bot import chat, right? So where is the actual code where we're using it, right? So okay, so this is uh, for the response that the bot is going to be providing using text to speech approach. So whenever you'll uh, type in something, for example, what is Tkinter, and if the bot provides a response about Tkinter, so it will be a paragraph or a sentence. It will read out the entire sentence. So just the answers will be read out, not the questions. So this is the function for that text to speech, and so there will be a message or text area within the GUI. So entire GUI, entire thing I'll just show you in a minute, and this is the function where the entire interaction between the bot and the GUI is taking place. So make sure if you have any concerns and queries regarding this code and any specific part of this code, you can surely comment down below. And here is the response, like okay, this is too annoying, right? I don't want to improve my performance, I just want to stick to it, right? So this is the response which you'll see in the text area of the GUI. So Pybot with an uh, object or something that it will provide you as a response, right? So OB is just a variable, and we are using that chat function from the bot, which is actually using the response of the user and providing you an output is being shown over here, nothing much. And this is basically for the when did you send the last message, or when did you query any response from the bot. We'll just see in a minute. So it will be in a better state of thing, and yep, this was it, and this is the place where you actually interact with the bot, and here is the code for the text to speech, and this is the entire code for the GUI. So you can just download the file from GitHub and use it, and this is how you're using the chat as a function from the bot file and using into the GUI. So it's time to show you the output. So that's, and you just don't directly run the bot file because it won't work, because the function which we are importing into the GUI is a chat function and there is no CLI, right? And you'll be just directly using, double click the GUI file and you'll see the output in a minute. So initially when you run the file for the first time, make sure you have that NLTK download uncomment it and let the corpus be downloaded. So it will be a better thing once it's done. So this is how you can run. So as you can see, I'm not connected and I have already downloaded the corpus, so I don't need to do it again. I just forgot it to uncomment, and it will show you an error, but don't worry, it is nothing serious. It will just show you because it will it is not actually connected to the internet, right? So make sure you comment it once it's downloaded, and this is the one method you can directly run the application. And this is our bot interface, right? Let me just close and I'll just show you from over here and run and run module. Okay, okay, sorry, okay, this is not the file which I was willing to run. Sorry guys. And so this is the file which we need to run, that is the GUI file. And the ideal IDE basically which I'm using over here is the default IDE from Python, nothing fancy like the VS Code and PyCharm or something like that, but definitely you can run over there and will provide a good interface option. So I recommend it over there. So as you can see the error, so don't worry about the error, it is just some warning kind of a thing. If the internet is not you're not connected. And this is the bot GUI, right? So let's type in hey. So you can see the response hey, and we'll also try to pronounce it. And so over here you can see the last message sent with time and date and things like that. So as I've told you, you can see this thing, right? So that was that last message sent. And now let's get into, so this is the entry for the user to provide. This is a text area where the bot and human interaction goes on. And this is the menu bar. So this is the clear chat. If you have something piled up over here, you can just click this and it's gone, right? And this is the exit, and this thing is a bit interesting. So you'll get some good fonts over here, and some good themes as well. So this is interesting, right? So you can definitely create your own themes. The one which I like is this one, hacker one. So hi. So it will provide you a response in this manner. You can also, it is kind of a responsive one, so actually not responsive, but it adapts, so that's a good thing. And if I change the font, let me just show you. So as you can see, the font is also changed. And okay, so this one is pretty better, right? So let me just increase the size and let's ask the bot some questions. So what is Tkinter, right? So I'll just uh, enter and see what we get. Okay, so it crashed for some purpose, but it gave you a response. So as you can see, it is providing you an answer. Right? So it will definitely use the text to speech module for just reading this output, not the question, right? Now let's ask, let's change the theme. Okay, so how to create games in Python. How to create games in Python, right? Enter. So, oh, okay. So it was more of a specific one. Now let's give in a Flask module. Let's increase the volume a bit. Enter.
Flask module is considered more Pythonic than the Django web framework because in common situations, the equivalent Flask web application is more explicit.
So
Flask is also easy to get started with as a beginner because there is little boilerplate code for getting a simple app up and running.
so yeah, this was the response. Okay, this was the response, and it was not something very friendly kind of a thing, but yeah, it does work, right? Now let's ask some questions uh, regarding encapsulation, maybe, or what is PyQt5, right? So what is PyQt5?
I am sorry. I don't understand you.
So it's a bot, and it cannot be always right, or it cannot find answers. So it happens, right? So you can use the text file or the knowledge base, whatever you want to say it as, for querying answers. So it is like a retrieval base, so the answers are all predefined. So let me just ask some questions. Split function. So let's just type in something about split function, right? Split. Okay.
Split function in Python helps in breaking a string into shorter strings by using the define separator. It provides a list of the words contained in the string.
So as you can see, the output we get is something from over here. So split function is a Python helps in breaking a string in shorter, something like that. So this is from over here. So basically it works from pattern matching and things like that. So this is the response that you get. So you can ask a bunch of questions if you don't remember from over here, or randomly just putting something that you get very frequent, right? So this was the output, and I've also demonstrated how to use text to speech, this scrollable, and this is the part where you can see about the developers and things like that. And these are the good themes. You can definitely add your own color styling and things like that. Gray and GUI. So well, I'll just show you the part of themes. So this is the part where you can just put uh, any theme of your choice with some good color scheming. And this is the part of the font. So keep on adding your themes and font of your choice. And this is the bot. So now I'll just tell you that how you can create your own bot with your own knowledge base. So for in my case, I've created a bot which replies um, based on the questions given by the user. So for example, I'm querying about Python issues or problems. It will provide you an answer, predefined answer from the knowledge base to the user, right? So we have the predefined answer, within these two files, right? Like I've shown you. So these are our answers, right? With the module and the uh, NLP file, right? So in the same way, you can create your own knowledge base. For example, if I want to query out or know the details about phones in 2020, or in generally phones, for example Android phones. So I want to query out the details about the specification of a phone. You can create your own knowledge base over here with the end up with a specific data format, line through line, and you can provide the details of that phone. And when you type in that name of that phone, make sure that it resembles to the knowledge base and how the user is entering the data. So uh, this is how you can use your own knowledge base and create your own chatbot for your own specific purpose. So just change the knowledge base or the text file data which is already predefined. So you just need to um, feed in some data statically and create your own file. That's it, you got your own bot. So this is less complicated when it less complicated compared to the machine learning ones, because they are more complex and sophisticated, and it requires more knowledge. So this is the simplest approach which I have found for creating a bot. It is not very efficient, but yes, it works, and you can see results. You can definitely see results, but it is not self-learning or trained model or something like that. So yep, it works. You can definitely try with your own knowledge base, with your own data set or something like that, and create your own bot. For example, uh, mobile description, mobile search chatbot, or something like that, cuisine chatbot or something like that, right? So yep, this was it for this video. I just walk you through the folder. So this is a folder. These are the two main files, the bot and the GUI. This is the icon. These are the two files which consist our knowledge base, and this is our output with some bunch of cool looking themes, right? Okay, so it's fun, right? Okay, so this was it for this video, and I hope that you like this video. If you enjoyed it for whatsoever reason, and if it helped you, so please do give it a thumbs up and do subscribe. And I'll definitely put some good resources for this entire application, like the documentation, NLTK, the corpus, and how you can create your own data set, or the um, things which are required to create this bot. And yeah, this was it. The code will be available in the description. If you have any query or concerns, you can definitely use the GitHub or the comment section below for approaching me, and I'll try to bring more cool stuff like this in the future videos. So stay tuned for that. And yep, and yep, thanks for watching.